Well, what Governor Walker is proposing is this budget repair bill. Within that, it affects medical assistance, MA, programs, and it involves a lot of different people who are under that purview, people who get assistance from medical assistance. But the thing that I know the most about is that the most draconian part of it, I believe, is that the state of Wisconsin can at any time have the Department of Human Services make all the decisions about what's going to happen with Medicaid and all the programs. It can do that behind closed doors. There need to be no public input. It doesn't even have to go before the full legislature for the state of Wisconsin. And they can make decisions from the departmental level about our lives. And I could lose my eligibility for MA. That could happen. I'd have to pay more money into it. I don't have money to pay into it. And, you know, the workers, too, I'd be losing services very, very, very likely. So what I want to do is they would have these emergency rules, and they'd be able to do whatever they want to do with Medicaid with no disclosure.
And why do you think they included that in this bill that's mostly been centered around workers' rights and collective bargaining?
Well, I think it's because it's dealing with human rights too, and that health care is very costly for the nation and for our state. And any way they can squash the amount of health care that's given out to people through government assistance, the happier they will be, because they'll be able to spend their money on other things for their wealthy cronies and all their benefits, and keep the little people down again. And so it's really is a human rights issue, and I think it's also, they want to take the money from us and the assistance they're providing for us now and use it in other ways in the budget.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard anything from Governor Walker from the GOP side explaining what he thinks these medical provisions will do? Explaining why he thinks it's a good idea for Wisconsin?
No, they really haven't spoken to that. They haven't been speaking anything about medical assistance, and that's why I think this this press conference today was so important, because you can hear all the different voices of everybody who's affected by this, and it's huge. I mean, for people with disabilities, it's 1.1 million people we're talking about. Only for people with disabilities. So it's an enormous amount of people who are being impacted. And it could be stripped, our services could be stripped to the bone, so that for example, I might have to be forced into a nursing home. And I can't do that because I live a normal life. I have a family, I have a home, we own our house, I have a kid, a child. You know, I work in government, local government. I do what these legislators are doing at a lower level, on the county government level. I want to keep doing those things. I want to live in my home. I want to be with my family. I don't want it to split up. And I want to do the work that I love. And it's governmental work, but it's representing the people of Madison and the people in my district. And this is not what the people want. And that's definitely not what I want, or I would like to have happen to anybody in my same situation, having a severe disability, physical disability.
What do you think it'll take to get Governor Walker to start listening to stories like these and to start paying attention and actually representing them?
I think if he actually sat down and took the time to listen to some of these stories, he might get a little bit better an inkling of what's out there and how many people it's affecting and in what ways. But I don't know if it would change his mind. I really highly, highly doubt it. But he's not even listening to anybody at this point. And he's not explaining anything to anybody at this point, except for the other issues that have to do with workers' rights, and he's hardly speaking about that. But MA, it's a total blackout. I mean, he's not saying anything. And so we have no idea where he wants to go with this. Mm-hmm. And we don't know what his solutions are, or his alternatives. There are none that we can see so far. I really, if they see the pressure coming on strongly enough, they'll see that their futures are doomed to being governor and having the majority of both the state senate and the state representatives, and they'll see that going down that path might not be the one that they want, because they'll be booted out of office. And you can be assured that they will, with all of the things that Governor Walker is trying to do in this budget repair bill.
Do you think that the medical aspect of this and increasing awareness is enough to kind of tip people over the edge and really get them out?
Well, I certainly hope this is a help and a tipping point, because there's so many people that are involved in this. I mean, I quoted the 1.1 people with disabilities. It's a huge number of people who are going to be adversely affected by this legislation. So I certainly hope that it can be a nudge in that direction. Mm-hmm. They seem very, very strong, both the governor and the legislature. So we have to fight extremely hard. And I don't even know if that will make a difference. But if they see their futures on the line, maybe, just maybe. Mm-hmm. All we can do is hope and keep fighting as strongly as we can, and keep having these events happening, keep getting the word out to people, contacting our legislators, everything we can do, because our lives are on the line.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard anything from the Democratic side as far as this specific portion of the bill?
From what I've heard secondhand, not directly, there are two things that the Democrats would like to come out of negotiations, or to be able to even speak with the Republican majority, although it's not in their hands. And one is the collective bargaining rights of people who are in unions. They want that taken away. It doesn't involve any money. It doesn't affect the budget. And the second thing is they want the MA provisions to be put back as they were, not have these changes be made. And I think that's because they realize how many people would be getting hurt. And maybe the Republicans aren't hearing that, but the Democrats are. And so that's what I've heard as a rumor are the two breaking points for the Democrats. It's the collective bargaining rights and getting rid of these MA provisions in this horrible bill. So let's hope. Let's stay strong.
All right. Well, thank you so much